everybody, my name is Neesterhere, and welcome to another tier list. So, over the course of these last few days, in just my spare free time, I actually went back and I 100%ed Mario 64. It was a huge pain in the ass, but I did that so that I could do this video. And that is going to be a tier list of all of the main world in Mario 64. Overall aesthetics, how fun the stars are, and just any other random things that I have to go on with it. So let's get straight into this shit. We just got the basic tiers, just S through F, so let's start off with Shifting Sandland. So, fucking Shitting Sandland. I actually really like Shifting Sandland, mainly because of the stars. I just think that the stars in this one are kind of fun. I love just the absolute obstacle course that is the inside of the pyramid. That's fun. The Tox blocks, which was just like one of the scariest shit for some reason when I was a kid. You got the little bitch-ass bird who steals a fucking hat. Like, even just the stars in this one are just genuinely really fun. The standing on the 4 pillars is a genuine challenge because one of them is placed in such a dog shit spot. You need the cannon to do it. You have just, like I said earlier, the absolute just parkour jungle gym that is inside of the pyramid. Plus, I just kind of like it a lot. It's just a really iconic desert level. I would not say that it's like a fucking awesome-ass stage. I mean, I kind of would, but it's definitely not like an S tier. Like, it's not like, it kind of borders on like, this is a classic, amazing stage. So because of that, I'm going to put it in the A tier because I don't think it's like the best in the game or even anywhere near the best in the game, but it's still a good-ass stage, and it's probably one of the best desert levels in any fucking video game. Up next, we got Tall Mountain. Now, this one is actually not too bad. This is one of the ones that I always forget is even in the damn game. This one and like 2 others, I just straight up don't even remember them existing. This place pretty much is one big ass just linear obstacle course that just leads you to the top of a mountain with, like, you know, the 6 stars going up it. Not too bad. I do think that out of all of like the linear levels, so like for example like TikTok clock, all of the ones that involve you just going straight up, I think that this one is pretty damn good in terms of all that. I do not think that it's like an incredible fucking stage, but I do think that it is pretty, it's a bit of a jam. I don't hate being there, but I also don't really care for it. I don't really like it. It's just kind of perfect middle of the road, so we're going to keep it in C. Snowman's Land, I really do not like Snowman's Land. I think that the stars in it are really just forgettable and generic and boring as hell, and also it really does just feel like Cool Mountain but dumbed down with just one big ass snowman in the middle. Inside the igloo, that's pretty cool. Like, just that's kind of just an interesting concept. This tiny little igloo box has this giant fucking room inside of it. I don't really like this stage. It's definitely not an F, but I'm probably gonna have to put it in D just because I really just don't like it. And it's also so late in the game to the point where you don't even come across it unless you're probably 100%ing the game. If you're not 100%ing the game, you'll probably never even go to this stage anyway, unless you deliberately choose to go here. Tiny Huge Island. Now, this one might be a huge bias for me, but I really fucking hate this stage. Now, and the reason why I don't like Tiny Huge Island is because I kind of feel like it's unfinished. First of all, it looks fucking disgusting, right? This island looks like dog shit, and like, I understand, I'm not even talking about graphics-wise. I'm just talking about the way that things look, the shapes, the textures, everything in Tiny Huge Island just looks like shit, and like, it genuinely just doesn't feel like it's a finished level, because as soon as you spawn into the fucking map, and you go straight to the left, the end of the world is right there. And it just looks so, like, just baffling how it just cuts off like that. And not only that, every single star in this is a pain in the ass. The 100 coins for this stage made me genuinely almost rage quit because I just could not fucking do it without getting pissed off. I do not like this level at all. The gimmick is fun with the fucking small and big worlds, and you go constantly swap back and forth. That's cool. In all fairness, I don't know if I'm just really bad at the game. Probably am. But Mario 64 kind of does control like shit sometimes when you're trying to make really precise small movements. And when you're trying to do the 100 coins here, or you're trying to do just a handful of the stars and you just need to be super precise on where you go, this level just really blows. Wet Dry World. I don't know what it is about Wet Dry World, but like, I kind of really hate being there, and I don't know why, because there's nothing even necessarily wrong with it. I think it's just the fact that it's just a big ass like concrete square that you just go in with it. A really like kind of scary abandoned city that's just chilling hidden in it. That's kind of fucked up. The stars in it, they're kind of cool, right? Top of the town, that's a fun one. The 8 coins in the city, that was a really fun one to do. The secrets, that was a fun one. I genuinely kind of do like this stage. I do not think it's a good stage, but like, I definitely would not say it's a bad one. I definitely like it more than Tall Mountain just because it is memorable with the weird ass creepy fucking skybox which I still have no idea what the hell that's even meant to be. It's literally just a real-life city in, like, the Middle East or some shit. Wet Dry World, I don't really like it. I don't hate it. It's gonna keep going there. Womp's Fortress. Now, just for the namesake alone, you have to put it in S. Womp's Fortress is the second level in the game, and it's probably where, like, the most memories, for me at least, were made. I think it's perfectly, like, designed. You have just the actual tower itself. You have the big-ass ramp where you had to blast away the wall, which is a hilarious fucking star. Because unless you know how to do it, it's the hardest star in the fucking game. But if you know how to do it, it's the easiest star in the fucking game. It's really funny and bizarre with that. This was genuinely one of my first ever Mario just experiences, was the battlefield and then the fortress. And just for just the name alone, like, I just have to put it in S. Womp's Fortress is so good it even came back in Mario Galaxy 2. Like, that's just incredible. The speed running in this stage specifically is also just incredible to watch. It's just a good-ass level. Like, it really is just perfect. It has everything. It has fun stars, a fun design, a fun concept, and it's just neat. Big Boo's Haunt. So, Big Boo's Haunt, I'm kind of on the fence about, because I do like it there, but I also hate it there. No exaggeration, I genuinely feel like out of every single Mario game, besides, like, the River Styx and Paper Mario with that horrifying-ass music, I think that Big Boo's Haunt is probably the scariest level in any Mario game. Just because, for one, there's no music. It's just horrifying ambiance. That fucking sucks. The place is a shithole. That fucking sucks. It's just eerie as fuck to be at. It does have, like, that really nice cloud, kind of like Shifting Sandland does, where it's just, like, a very nice, memorable area to be in. But the stars there are kind of weak. It's really just fetch quest. Go here and grab this, go here, grab this. I don't think it's a mid-stage by any means, but I would not say that it deserves like an A or an S. So honest to God, I think I might just keep it a B. I kind of like that. Bob-omb Battlefield, there's no other way. Like, there's no other way. This is everybody's first Mario stage. This was the first ever Mario stage I have ever been on. It's confirmed to return in the Mario movie as well. That's how fucking impactful this stage is. Every single star in this is fun as hell. Even the 100 coins, which I hate doing. The 100 coins in this one was actually fun. It was actually, like, doable. It wasn't a huge pain in the ass. You're not just gonna fall and die walking off one cliff. It gives you a giant open area. You got the chain jump with the gate, which is the fucking just classic as hell. One screenshot of that and you immediately know everything you gotta know. You got the King Bomb homie, right? He's always fucking shit up on top of his little fucking, like, Lion King ass mountain. It's just a good ass level. Like, it really is. This level is also pretty much the face of Mario 64, and I think for that reason alone, it's just gotta be S. Like, it just has to be the top of S. Going from the top of S now to the fucking bottom of F. Or I guess the top of F. I don't know. It's kind of a tie between these two, which one I hate more, but Hazy Maze Cave? Nah. The stars there are not that bad. Like, they're really easy. They're doable. But it's just the atmosphere, man. I hate it. I hate just the overabundance of green and fucking brown. Everything about it just reeks. The music sucks ass. It makes me... I feel gross being there. And I understand that's kind of the point, because it's, like, disgusting. That's kind of the whole point. It's the gross level, I guess you can call it. There's also the theory that Hazy Maze Cave is the septic tank of the castle, which I just find to be just immaculately funny. The entire time that I was in Hazy Maze Cave, I wanted to leave. Like, that was the only thing that went through my head the entire time. I wanted to see color. I remember one time vividly, I hit a game over, and it shot me back to the front courtyard, and it was like the first time I've seen color in years. Like that's what it felt like, because I was sitting here looking at this drab ass boring shit for so long that when I eventually saw color again, it was the best thing ever. Hazy Maze Cave fucking blows, and every time I'm there, the only thing I want to do is bolt the fuck out. Cool Mountain, I gotta be honest with you, my boys, I'm not really a fan of it. I do think it's better than Snowman's Land, and I don't even know why. I gotta say this again, it's kind of cheap, but it's just classic. Cool Mountain has the penguin race, which I think does kind of save it a little bit. Like, it carries it, knowing that, oh, this big thing is in this one. Everything else, though, like the 8 red coins, that's pretty chill, easy to do. What else is there? Like, it really is just a very bland, forgettable stage. I think that this stage is bad. This one, I just don't remember anything ever from it. Honestly, I'm gonna move it in D. We're gonna have both of the snow levels in D tier. Tick-tock clock. So this one is a bit of a strange one to me, because I do think that this level honestly deserves to go on both sides. I think it's a fucking F tier dog shit fucking fuck you level, but it's a great ass stage that deserves all the attention it gets, because it's an amazing stage. Like, I'm very torn with Tick-tock clock. I don't know where to put it. It is very rewarding going up to the very top of it and just knowing how much progress you made. That is incredible. But Everything else you can go to hell with. Like the 100 coins in this one, I wanted to actually like commit a felony because the 100 coins in this one is so outlandishly tedious and bullshit to the part where it took me so long to do it just because A, I suck at video games, and B, Mario 64 controls like shit when you're trying to be like really minuscule and precise with everything you do. If you're just jumping around like a fucking maniac in Bob on Battlefield, it's the most fun you've ever had. But when you can only move on this little ass board, that's when it's like, okay, this fucking sucks. In terms of the level itself, I want to go like right here because it really is a good ass stage. But actually like trying to get like every objective here, it fucking goes down to like here. So we're probably gonna have to meet in the middle and say it's maybe like a B tier. I'll put it in a B tier just because of the name and just because it's really, really classic. It is miles better than Wet Dry World and Tall Tall Mountain. But Tic Tac Clock, it's not too bad. I don't really like being there, but I would rather be there than a lot of other places. Dire Dire Docks. So back when I was talking about Snowman's Land, I was talking about levels that I just straight up forgot existed. Dire Dire Docks is one of them. Besides the submarine, I cannot name you a fucking thing that happens in the stage. Like, I know that the Manta Ray is there. And, yeah, that's it. It's kind of strange because it really is just Jolly Roger Bay, except drier, if that makes sense, even though it's a wet land. It really is just, like, there's nothing in it that's memorable at all. As soon as you finish the sub, that's it. Like, it's just a giant fucking cave of water after that. And I really don't like that because it's not memorable at all. It's very boring, very bland. And as soon as you're in there, I want to dip the fuck out. So, to be honest with you, dude, I'm going to put Dire Dire Docks in the D tier because I just don't like it. Like, it's strange because it's not even like a bad stage. It's just, it does nothing. Like, it really is just such a copy and paste bland ass. Like, you totally could have put almost all of these stars in Jolly Roger Bay. Besides the submarine one and maybe the ones where you're on, like, on the poles and shit, you could have just moved this over. Like, there's no reason that this stage needs to exist. Speaking of the homeboy, we got Jolly Roger Bay. So Jolly Roger Bay is actually a banger because it just has so many iconic stages in this one, or excuse me, levels. Excuse me, stars. Shit. It has so many iconic stars in this. You have Can the Eel Come Out to Play, which was everybody's first, oh my god, what the fuck is that moment. Going inside the ship, doing the treasure chest, we gotta find the certain order, the 8 coins, blasting to that little fucking little bullshit spire that you can never get to on your first attempt. This is just a good stage. Like, just in terms of it being a water-themed level, it's kind of a banger. And not only that, but it also has probably the best music out of any video game I've ever heard. Like, the soundtrack to Jolly Roger Bay, and I guess Dire Dire Docks for that matter, is legitimately just breathtakingly beautiful. Like, it is such an amazing piece that is just, you know, I love that shit. Next up, we got Lethal Lava Land. So, I was actually older than hell when I realized how lazy this stage actually is in terms of, like, how it looks and how it's built. So in all of these levels, right, you have some kind of elevation, that's the word. You have some kind of thing going on, right? You climb on stuff, you go all over the place, you do a bunch of shit. Lethal Lava Land literally is just a big-ass flat square with just a shitload of geometry on it. That's literally what it is. And after I noticed that, I can't stop thinking of that, and I really kind of am starting to hinder it just from that. The volcano, though, does kind of save it. You can go inside the volcano, and that's a whole area inside. But outside, it really is just, here's a few rectangles that move, jump around, asshole. Like, that's literally what it is. Also, the painting is scary as fuck. I think it's a good stage. Like, I don't think it's a bad stage. For what it does, I think it does it pretty well. It just looks like asshole cheese. I could fuck with it. Like it's really not, honestly, I'm kind of teetering between A and B, but I'm probably gonna put it in B because of just how awful it looks. Yeah, I think that Lethal Lava Land is just a decent level. Like, it really is just middle of the road good. I wouldn't say it's mid. I just like it. Shit. The stars are pretty fun. They're just simple, collective. Just go and get all the shits and come back and we're straight. Like, it's just fun. Up next, we got Rainbow Ride. Yeah, Rainbow Ride, gonna have to be honest with you. Now, I'm not saying this because it's hard. I genuinely do feel like Rainbow Ride is the worst stage in the game. And the reason why I think that is because it is really just not at all fun to be on. I'm trying not to just sound like a soy boy butch, be like, it was too hard for me, but it's just not fun. It really is just the definition of a pain in the ass. It wasn't challenging, it was just bullshit. The 100 coins in Rainbow Ride is probably the hardest star in the entire game, considering it's technically the last one in the entire game if you're trying to 100% the thing. But it just kind of sucks in general, because half of it, for it being this, like, final climactic, like, final stage, kind of like how Rainbow Road is in Mario Kart. Rainbow Ride in Mario 64 is just bland as shit. Very similar to Lethal Lava Land. It's just a bunch of fucking shapes. Like, that's all it is. There's no actual, like, land in it. There's no places to explore. It's just a bunch of shit. And you just have to run around and do dumb shit. The triangles fucking suck, right? You fall off and die at every second in this. Getting the 100 coins, like I said, is a pain in the ass because you got to get every single blue coin in that one maze part. And even then, that's a bitch to maneuver through. Half of this fucking stage is just you waiting on a magic carpet to take you to where you need to go. It really is just so bad because it is so shittily designed. I don't even remember the music. I don't know what the music in this one is. I think it's a slide theme, but even then, I don't know. It's just not good. Like, it really is just not good at all. And for that reason, I genuinely feel like Rainbow Ride is probably the worst stage in the game. And that, my boys, concludes my Mario 64 tier list. Do you agree with what I put? I know I got a lot of fan favorites down the F. Like, I know that Tiny Huge Island is actually a huge deal for a lot of people, and Snowman's Land is also, like, a really good stage. They're just not for me. This is all just my opinion. I am not saying that these are bad levels by any means, except for Rainbow Ride. You can go fuck yourself. None of these levels on here I would even say are bad, besides the one. I'm just saying that in terms of how great they are, there are some that are definitely just greater than others. Like, I very much do like Dire Dire Docks. It's just very bland and forgettable. I like Tall Tall Mountain. It's just kind of bland and forgettable. That is going to conclude it for this episode. So if you enjoyed this shit, then the buttons are down there. You know what to do. Consider subscribing for more dumbass content like this. And have a good one. Goodbye. See ya.